I'm not really sure how to put this, but recently Sony did reveal the PlayStation 5 Pro. To go over this is a revision to the PlayStation 5, which gets you better graphics, which gets you better frame rates when it comes to fidelity mode. They went over the technical specifications of this thing, what you get with it, how much faster it is when it comes to CPU, GPU, all of that good stuff, and all the extra bonus features. For example, the upgraded GPU. They say that with the PS5 Pro, we are upgrading to a GPU that is 67% more compute units than the current PS5's console and 28% faster memory. Overall, this enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. They talked about advanced ray tracing, where you can get better lighting. They talked about AI-driven upscaling to where things are going to look sharper. And that's all fine, well, and dandy. That's some good stuff. I was in the market for a new PlayStation 5 because I Cobra Kai kicked my PS5 on accident like a year or two ago, and it broke the HDMI to where it doesn't lock in, but I can still use it. I still play my games on there, but I have to prop it up a little bit so it doesn't just fall out just if I move the system or if the desk moves or something like that, right? So I was in the market for a new PlayStation 5. But after this, after the situation that's happening, which we're going to go over, I'm going to tell you why I am no longer doing that, because I don't know if I can support what they're doing right here, especially as a physical game owner. But before we get into all that, what's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, all that good stuff. Now, right now, we have a price point of $699 for the PlayStation 5 Pro. $700. I'm here in California, so the California tax also added onto there. Now, it's not just with the tax that makes this bad. It's also because of the disk drive. Physical games. This is an all digital system for $700. So if you want it to be an upgrade to your PlayStation 5 disc-based system, which a lot of people have a PS5 disc-based system to play physical games, like Astrobot that just came out, you have to buy a separate $80 disc drive add-on for a premium high-end console, which makes absolutely no sense outside of greed for Sony. Outside of that, makes no sense, because a disc drive, when it comes to putting a disc drive into your PlayStation, they have the disc drive technology. They've been using that. So it's not $80. And even if you wanted to jack up the price a little bit from how much it would cost to do it internally, like, how bad of it is it to where you say that, hey, we're going to put that cost on the consumer 4 years in on a premium system? $700 for an all digital system is just ridiculous in my eyes. I have so many physical games. I love playing stuff. Obviously, Octopath Traveler 2, fantastic. Astrobot I've been playing, but I have way more. I have so many more physical games here. Like, these are just some of mine. I have a whole rack, a whole stack of physical games. And in order for me to play those, you have to actually pay on top of that, already on top of the $700, which is $200 more than the PS5 at this point, which has not gotten any price drops. But hey, I get it. Components are expensive. So it's $200 more. But then on top of that, to even play my physical games that I've already bought that you sold, you have to do an add-on intentionally. Like, they did this so, like, greedily at this point. If you're paying $700 for a premium system, it should come with the premium things. It should come with a stand. It doesn't even include the vertical stand. It should come with a disc drive. These are things that should be already set within this for $700. And people like to bring up, to try to defend this, oh, well, a $700 PC isn't going to get you the performance of a console here. Yeah, a PC does a lot of other things. There's a lot of other things that make the price of a PC more expensive in terms of what you can do with video editing and recording and different type of stuff. PC's a completely different thing. And yes, a $700 PC isn't going to get you everything that you need to play at that, but that's because it's not built, PCs are not built to simply just play games. This PS5 console is built specifically to just play games and as a multimedia device. It's not built to do everything that a PC does. So bringing in PC and trying to say, oh, well, if you did it for that, that doesn't make sense here. And on top of that, one of the biggest things is that There's physical games on the PS5. People still sell them, and they're adding this attachment and this extra price onto there in order to do it. And it just doesn't make sense for me. If you're looking at it overall, and even if you play games online, for example, here in the US, it's even worse in Europe and in Canada. It's like $1,000 in Canada for if you want to play physical games with the attachment and add-on. It's really expensive in Europe and everything. So if you look at this, guys, you have $700 for the system, you have $80 for the disc drive, you have, I think, $80 for PS Plus if you want the base package. If you want all the other stuff, it's $160. Not necessarily required, but if you want to play those games online, that's what you need. You're looking at $900 plus, like the base thing, before you even get a game, before you even go out there and buy a game. So if you're somebody new to this is a ridiculous proposition. You're going in there and dropping like $1,000 with a game overall. Unless you do the PS Plus, then you can just download the games. But if you wanted to go out there and get like a brand new game in terms of that's not on PS Plus, this is what you're looking at here. I don't see how in any type of way this is a feasible thing to do in today's market. Now, once again, this could be the niche, it could be the enthusiast route. There are some people that I've seen on Twitter, not a lot, but there are some that are saying, no, it's okay, that no, it's worth it, or you spend money on a million different Nintendo Switches. I've seen people say that, or you do different things. But once again, you're getting that product in terms of what you're getting. You're getting a whole separate thing, and you're using it for whatever that thing is. With this, you're kind of restricting things for people that already bought it. It's a slap in the face to physical game owners, to people that want to upgrade for this, when you're saying, yeah, you want to upgrade to the PS5 Pro, buy that extra disc drive as well. That's just crazy to me. I don't think that you should have to buy a disc drive. And it's not just that. Like I said, the price of $700, that sticker shock is alarming. Now let's talk about the actual upgrade that you get with this. I mean, essentially what Sony's looking at here is that you're getting fidelity, you're getting graphics mode in 60 frames per second. That's what you're getting with this. It's not like you're taking graphics and performance mode and bumping it up to 120 frames or 240 frames. What you're getting is the same 60 frames per second that you're going to get normally for the most part, but then you're getting that with graphics mode. So is graphics mode at 60 frames instead of 30, is that worth $280 or $300 more than what you get with your PS5? Because that would be the difference in price. Or if you're buying it first outright, that's what you're getting here. Now for some, absolutely, that's going to be something to where, yeah, it's worth it for that. But for many others, and I said that I was going to get the PS5 Pro, but that was before all of this happened. I'm not sure if it's worth it for that. I'm not sure if graphics mode is worth it, because graphics mode at 60, because I've seen the graphics modes in these games, and yes, the 60 frames would be nice, but the graphics modes for me aren't like, oh my gosh, it's so much better in the graphics mode if only it was 60 frames. You know, that's not what I'm saying. I see the performance modes in a lot of these games, and it's great. And it's fine by me. The performance mode is good. Yes, it looks a little bit soft. Yes, it doesn't have the best resolution, but I'm just not sure if this has done enough to show me, okay, that's worth it. There's been reports from, I'm not exactly sure where the outlet is, but they went hands-on with it, and they saw the fact that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looks way better. It's real kind of fuzzy, and they put out an update that makes it look a little bit better, but now it's so much sharper on the PS5 Pro, so that's definitely a good thing. But I didn't stop playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because the graphics were fuzzy. I stopped playing it because I got tired of the game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because the graphics were fuzzy or anything like that. It was because of the game. So I'm not sure if this is for me. Like I said, I was in the market for a new PlayStation 5, but I'm not sure if I can sit here with myself being a big physical gamer. Like I said, Astrobot's awesome. Make sure you guys go check out Astrobot. It's a really good game. I'm not sure if I can support this type of practice. It's not about the money all the way. Like, obviously, I can buy it if I wanted to. It's not all just about that. It's about the message. It's about the principle. It's about what it sends to physical game owners, how they feel about it. Like, I've always been the type of person that if I think something is wrong or anti-consumer or whatever word people want to throw out there for it, is that you don't spend your time and money on it. That's one thing that you shouldn't do if you're truly against something. I'm big on physical games. I like to own my game. I like to be able to sell it, trade it, whatever the case is. I like to just have my collection. Not everybody's like that. I get it. Some of you digital guys, that's cool. But options are always good. I buy games sometimes digital too. I bought Black Myth Wukong digital, even though there might be a physical later, there might not, whatever. I bought that digital as well. So I'm not completely against it. I just like to have the option to have either physical or digital, right? And when they sit there and say, you know, oh, we're going to make this extra, you got to pay for it extra, it's a slap in the face when you're already charging for a premium system. So for me, it's about the principle, not all about the money, even though it is pricey. You might need to sell a liver to get it. No, I'm joking on that one, but it is pricey, but I can do it if I really wanted to. It's the fact that they're doing that to consumers when it comes to physical. If they included the disc drive in at that price, even though that's still a high price regardless, I would have felt way better about the situation. But it's because it's a slap in the face to the physical game owners out there, which there still are a large number of people who do buy AAA games, the biggest games. They still buy them physical. Yes, most games are sold digital. I get that when it comes to the always online games, the live service and all that. I completely get that. But for a lot of the big AAA games, stuff like Final Fantasy and big games like Spider-Man, a lot of people still buy that physical. And if you want people to upgrade, because this is clearly being targeted towards the enthusiast upgrade, people who already have a PlayStation 5, you're basically just saying, oh, yeah, kind of screw you guys, pay more for it. That's just anti-consumer. It's just anti-me. It's not even anti-consumer for other people. Anti-me. That's not my vibe. That's not my style. That's not my flow. That's not how I want to support a company doing stuff like that. No, that's corny. That's lame. If you want to do what about other companies, right? When it comes to upgrades, I bought a PS4 Pro. It came with the disc drive. I bought an Xbox One X. It came with the disc drive. I bought a new Nintendo 3DS back in the day. It came with the cartridge slot. I bought a Switch OLED. It came with the cartridge slot. All of these are upgrades, current gen upgrades. It comes with the slot to play the games. You're removing that? It's just, like I said, it's a principle thing. Not all about the price. It's about a principle thing. So it's hard for me to sit here and say that I'm going to support this when I have all these physical games and they're saying, oh, you're not important. Pay extra for that. We didn't think about you like that. Do this instead. I just can't. I can't support that along with all the other things that are going on, man. I don't know what's going on with Sony. I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, I'm going to have to say a no-go. I'm going to have to say thumbs down overall when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro for me right now until something changes. If something changes, maybe. But until then, maybe if they put the disc drive in there, or the disc drive is super cheap, they lower that price on there. Nah, I just can't. I can't support that. Like I said, it goes against like myself. Not even talking about other people or anti-consumer, just my own personal belief when it comes down to when it comes to my physical games and how I like to get things done with stuff like this. So I just can't. I can't sit here in good faith and say that's something that I want to support. So that's my thought process on it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the pricing for the PlayStation 5 Pro? We're looking at $699.99, $700 when it comes to the British pounds, $800 when it comes to euros, and 119,000 plus when it comes to yen. So hefty price tags across the board. It's coming out on November 7th as well. So November 7th will be the release date for the PlayStation 5 Pro. So let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.